more training. Need help. You need more training. What did you expect? You need more training. Lethal out.
What's up YouTube, it's GoCrazyJax coming at you with a YouTube video today covering Rogue Company. We're doing a quick tips video, and the first thing I wanted to go over was settings, because most games nowadays set you up to fail with default settings, so we'll just cover that right away. So brightness kind of depends on your monitor's visibility. So mine's just at 58, that's a personal preference. Same with volumes. Now sensitivities, I think that 5 is default, but I would recommend like a slower, nothing over 5, maybe nothing over 6. Otherwise it's just too fast and it's hard to aim with controller when it's that fast. And also crank these down just a couple notches, and then my scope sensitivity for like if I'm using Saint or something with the scope like Phantom. Don't want it to be going around too fast, so 34 is a good multiplier for that. Also changed hold time down to as low as it could, so that way I'm not sitting there interacting with something for super long. What else did I change here? Alright, now for binding, I didn't really change too much. I think I changed ping to up, because I'm just used to up arrow now from Warzone. So I changed that. And I've got crouch on R3, dodge roll to circle, I know I changed that. Then we got melee on right arrow and grenade on left. Honestly, I think those might be default. I might have changed one or two there, but may as well show you guys anyways. And then the very important one is auto pickup. Now, auto pickup will pick up, like say you're playing some strikeout and you buy your pistol and your AR or something, and you don't have a nade. You can, if you have auto pick on, you can pick up other people's nades if they bought it. Same with like katanas or throwing axes or anything like that, and it'll give you an upper edge, because sometimes you'll find yourself with a nade that you wouldn't otherwise have. The next tip I want to give you guys is just being a fluent player. This will come with just playing any game, really kind of any shooter, just for a long time, and it'll translate into other shooters that you play. So if you're good at one shooter, you'll probably be somewhat good at the next as long as you practice with it. This game, it's very important to have good mobility, and I would say the most important techniques are probably rolling and bunny hopping. So if you're like lasering a player down behind this wall or something and you got him weak, you want to b-hop over that, keep your movement going. That'll come just from spamming X right as you're about to land from your first jump, and you just move so much further. And if they're one shot, they're gonna be sitting here, oh god, and maybe try to roll away. Like in their defense, when they're one shot, if they try to peek again and you're coming at them like this, boom 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 boom, and you're jumping, they're crouched, they peek, boom, they're dead anyways. So being aggressive and mastering that bunny hop, definitely very, very important. Alright, the next tip I want to give you guys is a roll peeking technique. Now this is really good with Phantom. So if you're playing Phantom or a sniper, and you're kind of, you know, imagine I'm scoped in, you come out, you take your shot, boom. As soon as you take your shot, you roll out. Boom. And another thing that'll come just with playing Rogue Company, it took me a little bit to get used to, I'm still kind of practicing, but is the weapon swaps. Now it helps a lot since this is a third-person game, and the third-person angles are super important. You can literally, I can see that guy all the way over there on that side of the screen, just because I'm in third person. If I was in a first-person game, I'd be staring straight at this wall like this. Since it's third person, I can peek that guy over there, and this guy can't even see me. I can do the same thing on this side. I could see that 15-meter sign. This guy might be able to see my elbow. You get the point. you see how important third person peeking is. It's called free peeking. And a lot of pro players master this technique, and they'll just sit there around a corner. They'll literally see you coming around, and you have no idea that they're there. They'll just peek out, boom, lasered. All right, so next I want to give you guys a aim tip. Now, this will come with just playing a lot of games, and you might call me dumb for even giving you an aim tip, but I see a lot of players when they're close range with someone, they'll kind of send their aim kind of like in a weird pattern. Like they're not even tracking, so I've seen a lot of players just do something like this. Okay, and they have no type of control. They kind of just spray. What you want to do is not have any kind of, well, some situations, you know, you're going to need vertical aim. But you really want to keep your aim horizontal in this game. So if I'm pushing up the stair, I don't want to be like looping my crosshair. Oh, if someone's right there, I don't want to be looping my crosshair over. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep your aim horizontal. Keep it right on the edge. This is also why I recommend a lower sensitivity, because if you run a higher sense, you might run into the scenario where your aim starts going like that. But with a low sense, you can really beam people. So crouch in this game gives you a big increase to your accuracy. So when you're crouched, your bloom becomes extremely tight. And if you pair that when you're spraying somebody, mostly effective close range. But it'll combine more accurate shots mixed in with your regular hipfire shots if you're just spamming like this. And it also makes you harder to hit. Another tip I want to give you guys is maining just a couple characters. I wouldn't say you should go around and play every character. You shouldn't switch up your character every game, because you really should learn how the character works and how their weapons work, how their kit works with, you know, a good squad, how your kit works against certain characters. And the more you practice with one character, the better you'll get with them, obviously. And you also get better with their gun. You'll practice more with their gun. And if you're switching up your character all the time, you're not going to be getting that good practice, that good grind in with like someone that you actually want to learn, or throwing your aim off in a sense, because you'll be using a bunch of different weapons. You'll not be used to the accuracy. You'll be switching up a bunch of times. It just doesn't make sense. So just try to pick one or two, maybe a long range, maybe a close range, maybe someone with the AR. Maybe have those as like your three that you kind of swap between. But I would not suggest going around and manning like 5 or 6 guys, because that'll just do more harm than good. Now my final tip for everybody is going to be how to improve. So I see this a lot with my team, or just randoms in general, and they'll die, so they'll push a hallway, they'll die, and then they'll just push the hallway again and die, and they'll just feed and feed and feed. And if you catch yourself dying, you should probably switch up your route, maybe hit a flank or something. And if you die more than once hitting the same push, I would suggest just sitting in the bag for the rest of the game, because each player on your team, if you're playing Striko, should get 3 reses each round. So if you got 3 downs or 2 downs early on, play it slow, just hit your flanks differently. And this will come with just map knowledge and playing the game, but definitely suggest, you know, switching it up, hit flanks. Don't be predictable, because predictable players are easy kills.